Breath of the Wild was the first time we heard about the Zonai, a presumably extinct civilization with ruins scattered all over Hyrule. Back then, the entire Zelda community was speculating about who they were and where they came from. Years later, we finally got some answers with the release of Tears of the Kingdom. It turned out that the Zonai were an ancient, technologically advanced race that lived alongside the Hylians during the Age of Legends. One of their members, Rauru, even became king of Hyrule. Apparently, the Zonai originally came from the heavens, which can be interpreted in several ways. Maybe the heavens represent the sky or an alternate dimension. Some fans even believe that the Zonai are from another planet entirely. Of all these possibilities, I find the third one to be the most compelling, and it got me thinking, what would the Zonai homeworld look like? That's what I want to talk about today. To come up with an answer, we'll be looking at the physical characteristics of the Zonai and comparing them to real world creatures. This should give us a good idea about which environments are best suited for said characteristics. So without further ado, let's get started. How about we kick things off by studying the Zonai's general body shape, using Rauru as our subject. One of the first things you'll notice about them is their height, standing around 6.5 to 7 feet tall, presumably. They tower above the average Hylian. It's possible that the Zonai homeworld is bigger than Earth and whatever planet Hyrule is located on, and its gravity is lower too. These conditions could theoretically facilitate increased size, not only when it comes to the Zonai, but also other native flora and fauna. If this is the case, I think the size variations between various life forms would be comparable to those found on Earth, but on a larger scale, akin to megafauna during the Ice Age. You might also notice the Zonai's short legs. In regard to Neanderthals, short limbs are advantageous in colder climates because of the reduced surface area. Less surface area can reduce heat loss, which is, needless to say, very important in cold conditions. Hearing this, one might conclude that the Zonai homeworld is cold, but that might not be the case. Some researchers believe that shorter legs allowed Neanderthals to move more efficiently over rocky, uneven, and mountainous terrain. Not so great for speeding across open plains or slogging through wetlands, though. But how does this dismiss the notion that the Zonai homeworld is cold? Why can't it be rocky and cold? Well, it all boils down to those ears. In fact, Zonai ears suggest that the climate on their homeworld is anything but cold. Large ears not only provide enhanced hearing, but also temperature control. In hotter, sunnier climates with limited shade, animals like elephants, fennec foxes, and desert hares use their massive ears to shed excess heat. We should also consider body hair. The Zonai have what appears to be a thin layer of velvety gray fur, along with white hair of varying lengths. Their thin coats seem more suited to hotter climates, as longer fur might cause them to overheat. Assuming that the Zonai homeworld has a dry season or general lack of humidity, the dark color could be used to trap heat on cold nights while the white manes reflect the harsh sunlight as the day wears on and temperatures start to rise. Let's also note the Zonai's propensity for mining. Their tunnels and mining facilities are all over Hyrule. It's possible that their homeland is similarly honeycombed with underground passages. Maybe back when the Zonai were less evolved, they lived semi subterranean lives in order to keep themselves safe from predators and out of the heat. While underground, their large ears and presumably keen noses and eyes would have provided them with increased perception in low light conditions, and their shorter legs would have given them improved balance as they traversed uneven surfaces. Considering everything we've discussed, I think the Zonai homeworld, or at least the biome which they originally inhabited, is likely hot and rocky, with hardy herbaceous vegetation, possibly woody perennials like palm trees, and what we would consider to be megafauna, kind of like those archetypal depictions of ancient Egypt, sans the megafauna, of course. So there it is. What do y'all think? Do you have any of your own theories about the Zonai homeworld? If you do, make sure to drop them in the comment section. Y'all always come up with some good stuff. If you like this video, I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing. It really, really helps your boy out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next go round.